you're used to. I'm not putting the blind people down by a long shot. It's just
Okay.
that, haven't been around. You haven't been around quite a bit. You learn a lot as you go.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
And also, if you want to learn more information about the Statler program I mentioned a little bit ago, I believe the website is statlercenter.org, or you can go to the Olmsted Center for the Blind. I think they have a website in Buffalo, New York, and that'll probably have a link to that particular program if anybody's interested in going through that. Go ahead.
So it sounds like a program where you would go through the training course to learn how to work in a hotel or a hospitality setting.
Yes. And also, they also teach how to work in call centers. They didn't have that till after I graduated, but yeah, they also teach how to work in call centers.
That is a very, very, very useful skill. Yes.
And they also have branches. Let's see, they have one in Vegas, and I know they have one in New York. I know that the original one's in New York. And I think about 15 years ago, they opened a new branch in Vegas, Las Vegas.
Well,
so if anybody wants to, just check out statlercenter.org. That's STATLER center.org.
Well, good to know. Cool. The other topic that is interesting is to talk about what you do on YouTube. This is on YouTube, so talk to us about Chime Bear. Who is Chime Bear and your content? You've mentioned it a little that you do some narrations and some stories and things like that.
Okay.
Tell us.
Okay, well, let me back up here. Chime Bear.
Sure.
There's a little story behind that. One, when I was a kid, there was a toy that was actually called a Chime Bear. It was a teddy bear that had chimes in it. I had one. Well, Chime Bear also kind of fits my personality. I love music, hence the chime. And bear, because I'm a very relaxed person, have that type of teddy bear-like personality. So, and also when I was starting my YouTube channel, I didn't realize how many Wayne Scotts were out there. So I thought, okay, I got to come up with something unique here. So
I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known either. Why are there a lot of people named Wayne Scott?
Yeah, I know. So
okay, that's weird. Okay, that's weird. I didn't know that it was that popular of a name.
Oh yeah, I didn't either. And so I came up with Chime Bear, and it stuck. And as a matter of fact, my wife Jessica and I, we call her. She's even helped me on a few of my episodes. I call her Mrs. Chime on my channel, and sometimes we use our real names, but otherwise it's Chime Bear and Mrs. Chime. But anyway, what I do is I was just playing around with YouTube, and I stumbled into something, and I can't really pronounce. It's ASMR, I can't really remember what it stands for, but it has to do with relaxing, getting the body calm down, and all that. And there are a lot of ASM artists out there. You can find a bunch of them on YouTube. I had 3 of them who were my inspirations. And what they did, because some would just do sounds or repetition. That drives me insane. But these 3 ladies that inspired me, they called them role plays. Well, I had to come up with something less scary. So I came up with interactive stories where I do the story, but the listener is the one that fills in the blanks of the conversation. So I'm actually talking to whoever, but they fill in the blanks.
So to clarify it a little bit more, so when you are actually recording the video, you would actually be talking to another person live over Zoom or Skype or whatever. And you would be walking them through a conversation, a story. And then let's say that by the way, I would be honored to be on your channel. I would love to participate. I love guesting on other people's channels. So anytime you want Aaron's opinion in one of your stories, please include me. I really am inspired and entertained by that. But so let's say it was me. Okay. So then how would it work? Like you would say one thing and then I would respond and then it would become can you kind of illustrate it a little bit?
Yeah, let me see if I can explain it this way. For those people under 40, before television, they had old radio shows. They didn't have television. They had radio. And the people, the radio audience, would have to use their imaginations, and they can create their own image or picture of the person that they're talking to. And therefore, in my stories, I'm talking to whoever is listening out there. So they have to use their imaginations and visualize in their mind what is going on. And I use sound effects, what's real around me. I don't use scripts. I don't like doing that because I want it to be real. So I do a lot of improvisation. But I don't just come up with the story on the fly. I keep asking my subscribers for ideas. I have an idea that's rattling in my brain now, but I haven't had a chance to really develop it yet.
Oh, but I can help you. Aaron's Opinion can help you develop it. What's the idea?
Yep. And have you had a chance to check out my channel, by the way?
Nope, not yet. Actually, I would, but maybe I have to wait 20 minutes.
But yeah, I've been doing this channel now for 3 years, and I'm still determining which way it's going to go. I've done a couple of talk shows with my wife, Mrs. Chime, and I've also done a lot of stories. And that is actually how we met, my second wife and I. We met through my YouTube channel. She asked me as a request for an interactive story, and I was able to run with it. She gave me an idea, and when I was working. When you're walking around the store fronting things, it gives you a lot of time to think. And I was able to come up with a lot of my stories based on that. And the stories are all fictional. What I do is I take an idea and I will embellish it and or add other ideas to it. So all you're doing is you're listening to the story and in your mind, and you're participating with the story, but at the same time, it is also causing you to relax. It gets your mind off of stressful situations and gets you to focus on the story. And that's the point of my channel, to help people get their mind off of stressful situations, to calm down and to think. I have a couple of stories where it involved a blind person. I wasn't the blind person, but the character in my story that I was talking to was. And I've gotten a lot of comments about that. I've also done. Well, the best thing I can tell you is, Aaron. I think I can text you the link, and you can just put it in your description there, and you can have people check out the channel that way. Or you can look me up. Just look for Chime Bear. I'm usually the first one that pops up. It's 2 words.
Well, yeah, listener, I'm going to put his channel in the description for you because, if Wayne Scott is so popular, there's probably another Chime Bear. So we want you to make sure that you're connected with the right Chime Bear.
Yeah, so I will WhatsApp you the, I haven't seen any other Chime Bears yet, but hey, I will WhatsApp you the, actually, no, I can text you. I have your phone number in my contacts. I can text you via phone. I can text you the link.
Okay.
But yeah, and I've also combined, my stories are based on real life experiences, either hints from me or from other people, but I just embellish them to make them fictional.
You see, I think, Wayne, mm-hmm. I could be wrong, but I think that you might help me just as much as Aaron's Opinion helps one person, helps a million others. One of my dreams in life, to which I have many, mm-hmm. one of my dreams in life is that I've always wanted to be kind of like a voice actor in one of those really mm-hmm. powerful YouTube videos with a lot of good sound effects. Almost like, oh no, I'm not in the mood for that. I was going to say something, but no, never mind. But I've always wanted to be like in those like scary YouTube videos where it's just like mm-hmm. Really good voice acting, because mm-hmm. I want to know, I'm curious, and I don't know the answer. I want to know, am I able to be a good voice actor on YouTube? So I want to engage that and see what happens and see if my
Well, a
dreams
lot of
change.
it comes from I've listened to a lot of old time radio shows. I was read to when I was little,
Yeah.
and also I've read a lot of Library of Congress books.
Right.
So I kind of studied, and yes, I do some voice acting myself. I just did it on my own. Just it's I don't I do it, but I'm on a my original goal for my channel was to simply read out loud to people because I love doing that. I read to my kids when they were little. My
Mm-hmm.
mother-in-law from my first marriage, she still likes being read to. And I was going to do that. But then when I saw all the channels that were doing that, and then the ASMR thing came along, I got swept into that. And I found the interactive stories to be a lot more fun because I'm moving more and I'm using what's around me.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that, number one, I want to hear an example of it, but I know I can help you put one together. I would be honored to be included. So,
I will let you know if I do that. But yeah, check out the channel, and you might like what you see. I mean, I have quite a few things up there. And the picture on the channel, if anybody is sighted, it's a picture of our puppy. My wife put that up there for me.
As the channel's avatar, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I have 2 prosthetic eyes. I got one back in 2005, and I got it replaced just this year, and I got a shell for my other one. So I had to have one eye removed due to glaucoma, which I wouldn't recommend glaucoma on anybody. But it's like, yeah, I have several ideas that are floating around in my brain. I'm going to combine them because of all of the stuff that has been going on with the racial protests and COVID-19. I have some ideas that I'm playing around with. So I just gotta, one, make the time to do it because I have to. It would take me a little while to get it done. Some of them are very easy to do. I could just stand in one place and do it. Other things, as you'll hear on some of the videos, I move around. So it depends on what I'm doing. So it depends upon the story.
Sure. So I can just go to that channel and I can now. How will I know that it's? How will I know that it's the these stories? Just by the title or by listening to it? Or
yes, I title all my videos. I usually put interactive story in front of it, or I would say question or talk show or something like that. So it'll have in front of it. I would just recommend just check out the whole channel. There's more than just stories.
Right.
So I tried. So I did at one time have me playing the guitar, but I took it down because it got 0 views. I had it up there for 6 months. I'm like, okay, this goes down.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of my videos on YouTube haven't received any views at all, and I still keep them there because I know that at some point in time, someone will notice. So the thing is that I think we're living in a society that is saturated with YouTube videos, and you never know when yours might just get recommended. I never know when mine might get recommended without me knowing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I've gotten, it's interesting. My audience is primarily geared 17 on up. Because a lot of the stories are more, although I do keep my channel clean and family oriented because you never know. And I know there are some mature kids who are 15, 16, they can handle some of the content, but a lot can't. So I tell people no kids under 18. And I even have that little, you know how they have that little YouTube deal where you have to specify what type of audience your video is geared for?
Or the thing is where you push the button that says, no, this is not made for kids. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is like that too. And I say, no, my content is not for children. No, it's
Same
not.
here. I wish they would just have the way to do it by the channel instead of having to go through the YT studio or YouTube studio and you have to go through each one, all these hoops to push that stupid button.
Yeah, I don't understand that myself. I think I agree with you. That annoys me. But it does not it certainly does not discourage me from uploading this video nor none of my other. It doesn't discourage. And the thing is, I'm not willing to take the risk of getting.
I'm not either. I'm not.